So today is Thursday, October 17th. We got this run up above buy-side liquidity. We're getting this rejection down. We do have divergence here, and we had this fair value gap that it came into and then it's selling off a little bit. The only reason why that I don't like this is because the stop loss was too big. The stop loss of 13 points. And we had this big move up. Just have to be patient, but this is a good study. So we did get a fair value gap that may form here. Because I missed this initial entry that wasn't a trade, I'm considering taking this one here to go down. 2 to 1 will be underneath these lows here, so that could be a potential trade. The only thing I don't like about this is it's going against the overall trend of being bullish. The stop loss is way too big. It's 15. It would be 12 points here for a tighter stop loss. Because the higher time frame is bullish, we could still get expansion up here, or even if it's going to go bearish, we can go above this early candle and then go down, which is above this high. I'm at a crossroads right now where I can't decide what to do. I can either take this trade to go down after this fair value gap fill for a trade that goes in the opposite higher time frame direction. I'm gonna take that risk. I'm gonna limit order on right here. It didn't quite hit it yet, but I have this sweep of significant daily buy-side liquidity, and so I'm gonna see if we can get down to this. I probably will not be adding pyramid entries because this is not a New York expansion setup. So trade was just executed right now at this fair value gap fill. So we'll see if it'll continue down or we're going to continue the high time frame trend. So we're having 3 bullish candles as a retracement. So ideally, I would like it to go down after this candle if we're going bearish. If not, that's all right. We are in drawdown right now, so I did have thoughts of regret. Just gotta wait for the trade to play out. If we create a bullish fair value gap here, then it would align with our high time frame trend, so we may favor that a little bit more. We do have a small divergence here between NAS and S&P, so we'll see how this candle plays out. Did come back up to this order block. Ideally, we would like to see some bearish movement from here if we are going bearish. We did get that bearish candle after hitting this order block, and we did create this swing high. So ideally, we would like to continue down bearish. I put 2 alerts on, one at this high here and one at this low. If it hits this low, I'm gonna pull the stop down to this to reduce the risk. If it hits here, I'll consider closing out on the trade if it closes above this. So we just made a new low, so I'm gonna adjust my stop. And we'll see if it hits profit. So right now we see SMT at the highs. My first trade got stopped out here after I moved the stop loss to the next structure after creating this new low, and we got this bearishness here with 2 fair value gaps. Right now we're rejecting off the first one. I had a limit set here with the stop loss at the high, but we could very well just go down because we only have like an hour left, so it could leave this fair value gap open. But I'm going to just stick with this right now, see if we can get up here and then go down instead of just trading here because it's a better entry over here. So the PM trade ended up not hitting our fair value gap of interest. It didn't even fill this one all the way, and so that's okay. We did have some movement down a little bit just to take out the AM low. We had this big run up, so we're not expecting a huge New York expansion, and we had this divergence here. Even if I were to have taken this setup, it would not have hit our 2R, so that's why it reminds me that bigger stop losses are less likely to get hit. And so I did talk about how the 7 a.m. high, initial high, can be taken out, and that's what happened here when it came up to this order block. Took it out and then it came back down. So the highs were made at 605, 635, 630, and then this high was at 650, 705, 720, and then ultimately at 8 a.m. make the AM New York low. So this one came back into this initial fair value gap at the breaker block here, and nothing too much today. Small loss, so I'm glad I reduced my risk and didn't over leverage or anything like that. It's part of being a trader. So we'll do this again tomorrow.